There we go. Now you guys can hear me. Sorry. How is everybody doing today? Um, so we are going to be doing some totem building. As you hear from the background music, it's a little Dead by Daylight themed. So I don't want behavior to come after me for this because I'm only making things that are awesome that people want. So please don't sue me for this. I'm not trying to make replicas. Hi, Kiri. Hi, Maddie. How are you guys today? I even broke out the other camera so you guys can actually see the desk. I'm gonna give you a heads up. It's not the best quality, but you guys will be able to at least like see what's going on. So it's coffee time. We're chilling, just doing some arts and crafts. That's basically how the day's gonna go. Ask me anything, that kind of stuff while we're building. And yeah. How are your days going, Maddie? Are you off work today? I even have all my little like stuff ready to go here. Going out and about. Yeah. I gotta go out to the store later and pick up a couple things, and I was gonna go earlier, but then I was like, I don't know about this. It's my day off, so I want to enjoy and just chill, you know? All right, so I'm going to change up the music here because right now we are listening to the Survivor theme. I don't feel like that's dark enough for what we are building today. There's the killer theme. Yeah, that's a little better. 3 more hours to go. Sad face. Sad face. All right, let us change over here to the arts and crafts station. So, yes, again, like I said, it's really bad quality, so it is going to be super fuzzy. But, hey, man, we're doing what we can. So, before, I guess, actually, you know what? I'm going to go back to my just chatting because I want to show you guys the big one that I made. So I made one for Tricky a week or 2 ago, I want to say it was, and it's big. It's like really big. The only problem is that it's like I don't feel like I made it sturdy enough. So like if somebody was like, oh, I totally want you to make me one of those, I don't think I could ship it because it's so big. So let me show you guys. Basically the idea is that we're going to be doing this guy in like miniature form. So there's your totem and the bones and everything. I hand painted those. I did get a little witchy with my stuff. So that's a what is that? That's a Palo Santo like incense stick thingy. So like it's been burned already. Bad juju, go away. I did put a amethyst in here, which is for good luck, and like bad juju, go away. I did paint a Viking ruin on the bottom, which is meant for good health because, you know, when you build something that looks this evil, you don't necessarily want it to harbor evil. So, but yeah, and that's like real moss and everything on it. But there we go. So we're going to be building a mini version of this, basically. At least as best as we can. But yeah, like these are all tied together, but they're glued really well. Same thing with all the skulls and everything. I just don't feel like I could ship this without it breaking. Especially since like we've got dangly stuff here, which that's probably what I'm going to start with is the painting of the little jawbone because I have a small piece to add onto it. So, but wow. All right, so yeah, I made that. I put that all together. So let me show you guys. So I have the original bone. No, actually, you know what? I did paint this one, and I was kind of sort of messing with it, but like they're plastic. They're just plastic bones that I bought off of Amazon, and I painted them, and so I got like a total of 4 of these. So this is the extra one, and I just put them together and stuff. It's just funny because it says made in, you can't really see it, but it says made in China right on it. So like that had to be side down because it was not made in China. So to give you an idea of what we're working with today, this is what I got here. Let me just open this up. We're going to be making a much smaller version. So like they're a lot smaller bones that we're working with. So it's going to be arts and crafts. So yeah, as you can see, much smaller bones in comparison to like this big honker there, but we also have smaller skulls to match. So I ordered a whole big box of them. So we got little baby skulls. Look at them, little baby skulls. So we're gonna take 3 of those guys out. Now the only thing that's gonna be different between this one and the one that I did for Tricky is the one that I did for Tricky, you could actually take the jawbones off of them. And so that's how I came up with like these little pieces, and I was like, oh, that'll look kind of cool if I were to like hang it or something. So, and then I have my board that we're gonna mount it on, but I'm gonna wait to paint this guy because I want to kind of paint some of these doodads first and give them a little touch. So I am not by any means an artiste. Do not try to think that I am like an expert with this. I just mix things because they look pretty. I did do a lot of art school and stuff though when I was in high school. I did a little bit in college, but I didn't do a lot of this kind of media. I was more of like watercolors, or I did a little bit with photography also. So a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I don't know that this is going to be dark enough. I think that's too brown. Or not brown, but like too goldish. Alright. The paints. I got a whole box of them. Deep coffee. I think this is the one I used. Nope, definitely did not use that one. I think I used all the dark brown the last time when I was making Trickies. So, oh, here we go. Deep coffee. Is that it? Nope, that one is unopened as well. I have 2 deep coffees, so apparently that is a popular color. It's gotta be just brown in here. Like, come on, friends. Yellow? No. Orange? Negative. Alright. We're gonna go with our coffee. So I think deep coffee will be the color that we need. No, those are not treats for you, Teak. Oh, yes, this is it. Okay, beautiful. So, a little bit of a deep coffee. Yeah, that's a nice brown there. Okay. And then... okay, so I don't want that one anymore. I'll put a little bit of the gold. Just because sometimes that adds a funky color to it. And then always a little bit of white. Who knows? I was thinking about doing like murder mystery stuff while I was talking, but I was like, I don't know that I can focus on like that many things at once. So let's see what happens. So I think I'm gonna add this to it because, like, if we're thinking about it, the thing is gonna be about that big, and then the sticks I'm gonna have to cut them because they're really big. But I have my dowel rods here. But yeah, I think they're like way too long, so we're gonna have to like cut those down. So thinking in terms of like, what do we got here? So like it's gonna be about that high, roughly. And then we're gonna put all the moss and everything in between. So like, yeah, I think that might be a little big. Like, I could probably cut it, but because I do have an X-Acto knife. Yes, we are gonna be working with sharp objects. So, hey, Mr. Vinicor, how are you? How are you? So the charms that hang in DBD are the ones that you hang off of your individual survivor, or it's the ones that hang off of the killer's hook. And yes, Mr. Benacor, I am building a DBD totem. So for those of you that didn't see it previously, I did show the big version of it that I built about a couple weeks ago, and was showing that guy. But we're doing mini ones today. So I'm just like adding some like weird color to it just to kind of like darken it up a little bit, but I don't want it to be like super standout-ish. Yeah, see, this brown is still like a little reddish to a certain extent, but that's okay. So let's waste not, want not. Okay, so I'm just gonna set that aside, and it looks a little dark, you know. Really need to play that game. So I was playing it earlier with my husband, and I got so ragey in it. I was like, I don't know how you play this game all the time, because like it was I'm trying to get a bunch of the like the tome stuff done, and I'm just like having such a hard time getting it done because I'm always paired against a stupid killer. Like they just sit there, they camp, or they're constantly like just chasing. And I get it, that's part of the game, but the extent of your craft skills is cutting and gluing construction paper with my son. There is nothing wrong with that. I just think it looks pretty. So that's kind of what I do. Right, so these two are too big, so we're going to save those for another thing. My skulls are going to be here, but what we want to do now, before I cut anything else, I'm going to start painting the base. So we're going to set you there. And we're going to get our base cut out. So the idea is like this is going to kind of go in the middle of this. So the actual totem will be on top of this guy. So slightly smaller, not like super smaller, but slightly smaller. All right, let's get some painting. Now this, I just want it to look messy and dirty. So I will say this, I am going to be putting these on my Etsy shop once I get them all together. And that way, if you guys do want to buy them, you can. So another thing that I was thinking about doing as an idea was to make them into incense burners. So I have an incense burner that I got that was... it's one of those like downspout ones, so it looks like it's like a waterfall almost, and it's cool. And I want to kind of make that where like the incense come through on them. But that's gonna be another idea ahead of time because, again, I'm not that savvy and I don't have like all the tools that I need to be able to do that. Because that's going to require some like cutting and stuff, and I think that'll have to deal with heat and probably some ceramic stuff. Because like obviously if it's going to be burning, you want to have something that's going to be... Alright, so now my hands are going to be painted for like 2 days. And that is okay with me. So now what I'm going to do is I want to add some black. I'll buy a burner. See, I kind of figured that you would, you know, like if there was anybody that was going to want it, it probably would be you. Because I see your posts on Facebook all the time about like your different incense burners and stuff. I'm like, yeah, dude, dope. Now we're just going to add some darks. Give it a little swirly swirl in there. Make it look like dirt-ish. Thankfully, these paints actually dry like somewhat quick, so add a little yellow in there. I was thinking though, I was like, I'm semi-savvy with like craft stuff. So like, why not? Alright, so I do have a spongy sponge, which I'm gonna go in so it doesn't look quite so like brushy like. I don't have the Etsy thing there. It's actually on my website to access the Etsy page. But if you go on there, if you look up takeout foods or you look up foods creations, it's gonna be under there. Did I have a bigger one? I feel like I did. Alright, so now I'm just gonna kind of like pat you out so you don't look quite so brushy. There we go. I do also have like rocks and stuff too, so I can add like, make it look more au naturel. I don't know why my stupid post keeps going on about the whole like giveaway thing, because that's from my subathon that was like a month and a half ago. Anyway, alright, so now wash this guy off. It's funny, like when I was looking for those specific, like the downspout incense, and like the whole time I had owned them, I just didn't realize them because they were the shitty incense that never burned, and I couldn't understand why. Well, the reason why is because they were actually coming out from the bottom. I did not have an appropriate burner for it, so they would just go out because there was nothing to like stream downwards. Alright, so, you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure, yep, we're gonna take a hair in there. Tika wants to be part of the experience. Okay, so, with my traditional thing of the way that I do this, I want to add a ruin to the bottom of this. What should we make this in terms of, like, meaning? We want to have a good meaning for it. We could have, hold on, let me see here. Making runes and meanings. Alright, so can I just expand this? Thank you. There are ones for new beginnings. We have one for like wealth, abundance, luck. Wow. That we don't want that one. That's an evil ruin. The wrath of nature and uncontrolled forces. Hail. There's also one that's joy, comfort, and pleasure. Tika, go away. Stop. Let's do... Oh, okay. In the whole like, grand scheme of things for Dead by Daylight, we're gonna do self-resilience, endurance, and survival. I think that's fitting. So it's called Nalthiz. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I apologize. Thank you for sharing the stream, Nemo. I appreciate you. Okay, so for this one, it's just a straight down the middle black line. And then it's another one that goes on an angle like that. There we go. It looks bad, but it's our ruin, and we're gonna add that on there. Now the thing to keep in mind is that like this is gonna be underneath the bones for the most part, so like nobody's gonna really see it, and a lot of it's gonna be covered up by moss. So, alright, and then the last thing is I always, witchy me, hello. We put a little bit of sage, and I know it's probably not the best for it, but we're gonna make sure that we got some good juju in this. because I don't want to end up making these and then end up having like a really bad experience, because whatever. All right, so I think our hot glue gun is ready because it's dripping. Thanks. All right, time to have the hot glue gun all over the place. All right, so let's figure out how we're gonna do this. We'll align it kind of in the middle, like that. I think that'll work. Okay, let's move this, because this is my cup of water that I have for painting, and I am waiting for me to go and like try to drink it because I'm stupid, and that's what I do. Like without thinking. All right. Dun, dun, dun. I dig the Killers theme a hell of a lot more than I do the Survivor theme. It's a lot more like rockin', angry. I think if I decide to like ship these and sell them though, I'm gonna end up doing something better than a hot glue gun. Just because while a hot glue gun is awesome and it does the job, I just don't feel like if I'm trying to make like a professional product or whatever, and I don't even want to call it professional because professional is not the right word, a product that I want to market and sell, that you want it to be sturdy. So you can have the bones, that's fine, T. Weirdo. Alright. So I got my big old bag of moss. And now, so this stuff is like, it feels weird because it's like really soft and like it's already like dropping all over. So like as we're working with this, it's gonna stick and it's gonna like fuse itself anyway. But like, I just want to make sure that it does stay. Think about adding even some like spider webs to it, just to, you know, spice it up a little. So what I'm doing now is I'm going and I'm covering all of my like corner areas, just because I want to make it look kind of natural, like as if it's been there for a minute. You know, moss is growing over it. Fillers just keep using it over and over. Alright. Down. I hear this song like in my sleep. My husband plays a hell of a lot of Dead by Daylight, so if any of you Dead by Daylight players ever end up in a lobby with somebody named Tricky Chew, like Pikachu but a Tricky, that is my hubby. Alright, so I'm gonna go this a little bit. You are not sticking very well. Alright, so now we have that. I did also get some rocks and stuff, so we can actually, like, make this look like a legit whole, like, ground area. Let us see. Alright. And they're just, like, generic-ass rocks. Like, I probably could have gone outside and gotten them for free, but the dollar store is the best. So I'm not going to put anything in the middle, just because I need to still put my, like, actual posts in there. But something that I did want to show you guys that I've been doing, I did it with Trickies, and it looks really cool, is I have these lights. So these lights are actually, like, submergible for water, but, like, they just turn colors, so you can have Hi, Snow. How are you? You can have them turn blue or you can have them turn red or whatever, depending on your actual like choice of totem. So if you have a hex totem or you have a boon totem. And these, so this particular one did come with a remote set, so like I can actually change the colors, but his just sits like right underneath there and he can change the color on it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, they're meant for like fish tanks. They're submersible. So I got all these lights. I have a whole bunch of them here. So whenever we decide to get in there and add it. Now, before I put the posts, I may put one of those in there. But yeah, boon or hex. Yeah, depending on what you feel like. Because you know what? Like, I switch between killer and survivor, personally. So like for me, I could go either way. If I'm a survivor though, my main is pretty much Michaela. So like, y'all know Boon Totem, Olive. Anyway. So let's add some rocks. Make it look kind of natural. These actually are some pretty dope rocks. Like, they're just regular, old, fancy, not so fancy, like dirty ass rocks. I keep seeing Jason in a jar. So I saw something that was it on TikTok or Facebook or something, and it was like people are buying Halloween masks, but then they're going and putting those masks inside of a jar with water, and then they take like one of those submersible lights and will go and actually put it inside of the jar, and then they make it look like it's like a face or something. So all right. And eventually, too, I'm going to put, like, more moss in between and everything. So now, go over here. And this is just me being like, hey, this looks good. Like, I'm not looking at any pictures or anything like that. Like, what's up on my screen right now is the Viking runes that I just painted. Now, the first one, I definitely had some stuff to kind of look at and be like, all right, so we're gonna base it on this. Now though, like, that first one was so much fun to make. All right, so what is that? Let's get some more rocks. Decorative accents, that's what they're called. Now, I'm not going to include any not gemstones, but crystals in this one. Not yet, at least, just because I don't have any ones to share. I have my whole, like, jar here of all my crystals, but these are, like, my good ones. So, no, nobody gets a blessed one this time. This stuff, though, is, like, it's soothing. Even if my hands are getting all dirty and everything, I'm just like, this is soothing. Hey, Teak, you want to leave my bones alone down there? I hear you. All right. Now we're gonna want to pile these up too to make them look like they're actually like, it's not perfect. They're so little. I keep getting glue on my fingers and it's not fun. Because it's hot for like 2 seconds and then it's like, oh, okay, now you can peel it off. Okay, Lawnmower Simulator is relaxing unless you can't figure out what the height of your lawn blade is supposed to be. Then it's distressing. That's how I feel. Alright, we need a new glue stick here in a minute. I feel like a little old lady. I'm painting my arts and crafts. But I'm really building a demonic totem. I'm just playing with my hot glue gun here and my paints. Like the little gremlins that used to make their like shirts and all that. Let me glue those sequins on there for you. All right. I think I'm gonna put one more like over here just to. Ow, hot. Fuck you. You said, and it just like peels right off. All right. Let me have some coffee. My coffee's almost empty. All right. So the next part, I kind of try something. So since my wooden dowels are so long, let's see. Did you take any of these? Okay, good. You better not have. I'm just afraid that these are going to be too short. So, like, if I were to actually use those as the... Yeah, those would be way too short. So we're gonna just work on gluing some of the moss down here, and then I will take this guy away so it can finish drying, and then we'll start painting the sticks. Because those are just, like, straight up wooden dowels. And if you look at the... like, a picture of the totem and stuff, they're, like, actual sticks. And it's kind of hard to make them look like sticks. I could just go outside and pick some sticks, but... I don't want to end up bringing some weird, like, tree disease inside, so... And I feel like, should I, like, sign this and be like, made by Foods? Just draw a taco on there. That would be the answer. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, that's already glued down. That is not. Oh, my stick fell out. There we go. Thank you. Blue. I'm probably bumping my head every so often on my microphone, and I apologize for that. I guess I didn't, like, thoroughly think out my setup here before I started that. I literally set my camera up and everything, like, a half an hour before I was gonna do this. I was like, oh, right, streaming. Oh, right, you're doing arts and crafts. How the fuck are people gonna see your stuff if you're not pointing a camera down there? And I was like, do I rearrange all my whole setup? And I was like, no, you have a really shitty camera that you used to use when you used to have the cats go on the camera. So, we're gonna use that one, hence shitty quality. This was the camera the cats used. Alright, so we got that. I got some rocks kind of in there. I'm gonna put another one right over here. Now, I'm not being, like, crazy with this and gluing the whole piece of moss down because I do want it to have some flow too. Like, we want it to look natural, so we want it to be able to move. All right, cat, y'all see this? She just... Hi. Yes, I'm making stuff. Okay, you can go now. Abrupt. She heard her name. She's like, oh, my camera. Now this is a little too floppy, so I don't want to have it that floppy. But I want it to be like, where if air, like you see it move. Okay, so there we go. I think that'll be good on this guy for now. Like, the paint is pretty much already dry, which is awesome. So I'm gonna pull all of my little hairs of glue. Dude, they're bad. Okay. And then I'll have to cut holes on the bottom of the skulls, too. You need to go away, ma'am. Alright, so the skulls, the ones that I got for Tricky were already having, like, they had the hole on the bottom of already. So I am gonna have to get kind of creative here and do those. These wooden dowels though, that's like super long. Basically, I want like half of it, but I don't have like a saw. I mean, maybe. I don't think this guy's gonna work very well. Not very well. Okay. Anyway, so we'll need 2 of these cut in half, and then essentially I want it to be like this. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna paint the bottom of this guy so that I can see exactly how big of a hole I need. At least, roughly. Okay, so that'll give me a good guideline on the bottom. I'm just gonna poop. 2. Okay. And then same here. Okay, which you have a big old chunk of plastic on the bottom of you, so you're gonna make my life difficult, aren't you? Of course you are. Knowing my luck, these things are not gonna be hollow, and I'm gonna be like, fuck. Okay. So now that we have that, let's see here. I'm gonna knock that guy over. Let's actually tighten that guy up. I'm gonna actually get my lighter. Let's see if this will make it easier. Yes, fire friends. This is fire. But we're trying to melt the plastic. Just so that I don't end up, like, cutting myself. Because, let's be real, guys. I am very, very accident prone. Hey, Alpha. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate you. I feel like this, like doing a stream like this, is so much easier than... Let's try something. Can you melt? Can you melt? Yes, guys, I'm experimenting right now, okay? Ooh! Come on. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for subscribing, Alpha! Okay, that doesn't work, guys. So...
Another one.
I almost want to get my little, jet flame thingy that I have at this. There we go. Okay, that's a little better now. Are you finally getting hot enough, friend? Wow, 4 months now, man. That's crazy, Alpha. And yeah, so my goal is the, do a little dance. That is for the 10 subscribers. I will do a little dance on stream. Because I'm a weirdo. And I like to entertain. Fun to watch. Well, the thing that sucks right now is that, like, my, I think this is starting to get a little bent. Thankfully, I have more, blades, but y'all didn't see that, okay? You guys did not see that. Alright, so... And I can't really use this very well because it's kinda... like, it's on the edge of my desk, so it's more than likely I'm gonna end up knocking everything off my desk. Okay, we're almost done with the first skull, I promise. The hole is almost there. And it's not even big enough. Okay. This was not my thought process, like, at all. Come on. But hey, at least we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. This poor Exacto is gonna be done. Hey, we got a hole. Well, at least once this is out, like, it'll be much easier to carve it. So, hey, we have a hole. Because now what I can do is, oh, yeah, okay, so it's pretty thick. Like, that's pretty thick plastic that we were trying to make our way through. So now can I do this? Yes. Yes. It's melting it, you guys. It is legit freaking melting it. Oh my god. Did I really think that this was gonna work? No. Am I doing it anyway? Fuck yes. Like, perfect. You guys. Okay. So we know how this works now. Look at that. Now, it's not big enough to fit, but we're closer. Much closer. Alright. Melt, 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 melt. Alright. This stuff, like, smells funny, too. Okay. We're getting better. It's the initial, like, getting it cut open. I don't want that stuff in there. Context. Okay. We still need probably a little lighter over here. So, just an FYI warning for friends that are using X-Acto knives. Always make sure that you are cutting away from yourself. And also ensure that your blade is, like, really tight in there. Because this guy most certainly was not, and I felt it earlier, and I was like, hey, why are you so loose? Now I know why. Okay. Tight. Now, let's go down here. Come on. There we go. Alright, is that big enough now? Almost, you guys. Like, it's just barely there. So we're gonna take it, I think, a little bit up this side here. Oops, I think I went too far. That's okay. Come on out. Not quite. So... And it's okay if I overcut on the skulls, because this is going to be on the underside anyway, so, like, you're not going to really see. I just need it to be... Wait, you guys can't see it. Look it! Look it! Hello. Hello. He's on there now. Perfect. I love it. But, like... I'm going to show you on this one, just so you guys can see, like, I just chopped the shit out of the bottom of that skull. But, one is done. So, Next one. So the idea is we just want to get it like a small hole cut and then the rest of it all comes out. Oh goodness. Let's get rid of all these extra plastic pieces. Thankfully, I don't have to do much with these skulls. The other ones I didn't have to do too much on. I did a little bit of like decoration on them to like add stuff to it, but other than that, it wasn't anything major that I had to do on it. Okay, I just need like a flame going, like, oh, hey, candle. Let us find a candle that we can use. Here I was asking, like, stupid question. What can I do to have a flame going constantly? Hi, my name is Stupid. I am Foods. And there is our flame, because I am dumb. Anyway. Okay. So I could just go like this now. And like hold it over that, and then get to work. Wow, I am so smart. I promise, there are times where I have some moments of brilliance. Okay. I almost want to, like, melt them a little bit first. I almost feel like I'm like a pyro right now, like, fire! Oh, I see why. Okay, the tip has pretty much melted off of it at this point. Okay. Yeah. Alright, next section. Please cut away from yourself. And like my chef instincts are kicking in because like I'm trying to like curl my fingers and I'm like, you're not chopping, girl. You're not chopping. I mean, you are, but you're not. Yeah. Alright, hot. Wow, that was totally a work thing. Come away with something like come away from the oven or whatever, like hot, behind. Okay, let's see. So okay, now that we figured out how to do this is going by like so much faster. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Next, we're gonna keep cutting that bitch. So if this becomes a thing and like arts and crafts is my deal, maybe I'll look into getting a better quality camera to use over there. Either that or I could probably even use my laptop if I'm thinking about it. The laptop's not terrible quality, but it's like, it's not my Razer Kaio camera. You know, you can see my face, beautiful. Yeah, this one's going a lot quicker. Like, I don't even think, no, I don't want more moss. Stop. Yeah, I don't even really need to use this bad boy. Just shape it. Open. Okay. Almost. You know what was kind of nice is when I did Tricky's totem that like the holes that came on the bottom that were already there, I only had to do this to like one of them, to get the dowel rod to fit inside of it. Dude, can you just not be ejecting my blade here while I'm in the middle of cutting? Just don't. That's not okay. I'm not in for that, man. Oh, so many. Okay, let's start. All right, so we were down here. Do this. Dude, this candle. I should have done this in the beginning. That's what I made my life so much easier. Okay, I'm done with you. And this is what happens when you buy a really shitty, like, cheap X-Acto knife at Hobby Lobby. No, I feel like we're gonna put it in this side here because that might be a little tighter. That's what she said. Alright, let's tighten the crap out of you. Thank you. Now I have, like, moss stuck to me. Alright, we're just gonna go straight down with this bad boy. There we go. I still think it needs a little more. Because if I'm looking at them, like, yeah,